going on, everybody? This is Coach Reg, aka Mr. Intensity, and my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is you. Now, here's something I see a lot with people. I saw it a lot with me a long time ago. Still, maybe about a year ago, I just really stopped and just started to do something about it. Now, as people, we tend to complain a whole lot because in a sense it's therapeutic. You know, it makes you feel like you're doing something just by talking about it. But where's the plan of action? You know, as you learn more about what's going on or experience more about what's going on, you realize the situation outside is so overwhelming, all you can do is complain about it. But you talk about wanting to fix the problem, but what about your problems? Have you fixed yourself first? Because I can tell you right now, as you start to go on a quest for knowledge and things of that nature, you're going to have an open mind and humble yourself, because that is the part that's going to shake your earth. As you find out more about how this world is, how this country is, you're going to start to see of how overwhelmingly impossible it is to have an overwhelmingly, these people who run to actually change and give us something. We got to stop asking for these people to help us, because they won't unless you help yourself. Now, what I mean by that is, what about your family? You talk about all these other people out here doing these things and you're in their lives, but what about governing your mind? Now, a lot of people are not going to want to hear what I'm saying today, and that's cool, because my job is to invoke thought, and even if I make you think, I started something. Because changing only comes from within. You can't change your outside. You know this already. Let's stop bullshitting. Let's stop playing games. You ain't going to be able to change all the worlds that's going on. You don't have any power like that when it comes to that. But you do have power when it comes to this. Alright? You must create your own reality. You must govern your own family, your own mind, and the way things are happening. Now, we know they're killing us, or they're trying to kill us with the food and the medication. What are you going to do about it? You know they're trying to poison your children's mind in the school books. But what are you going to do about it? You know that, cops are killing unarmed black men all the time. What are you going to do about it? You know that, this world is structured, this country is structured to take you down. But what are you going to do about it? Now, to me, this is all reality, but this is only a half of what's really going on. That's why I don't live in fear. I don't live afraid of anything, because I understand what reality and existence is really about. Now, you may not agree with me on these points, but that's cool, because I'm only here to tell you my truth and what has changed my life. And I'm going to go on tangents in this video. I'm going to just talk my shit today, because it's been a while since I just talked my shit. And I see a lot of people running around here, running their mouths and everybody else's business, complaining about this person's doing that and that person's doing this, and they're not giving me an opportunity. But what about you? Now, I understand situations that put you where you at, and it's going to be hard to get out of it, but you have to understand that giving up is 100% a surety that you're not going to get out of it. And complaining about it is not going to do nothing about it either. Where's your action? What action have you been taking to govern yourself and to have knowledge, to pretty much become conscious of what's really going on? Because I can tell you, as I get more conscious and as I learn, the shit that I know right now, you probably would think I'm full of shit. You probably would think I'm full of it. That's why I don't really say too much, because I focus on what you can actually do right now. I don't focus on other stuff. If you want to find other things that's going on in this world, just go search for it. My channel is about more health, invoking thought, and nutrition. But today, I'm gonna talk a little of my shit. Now, when I found out about the way I was brought up and what I believed in, and I found out what's really going on, my whole foundation was shook. Like, I was actually mad for a little while. I was mad because I found out a lot of things were not true, and like blatantly and belligerent, and even talking about it's still hard to talk about. But people were like, people in my family, they may be mad at me because I'm not in religion anymore, or whatever. And it makes me feel actually better for my decision because of the way, some people, look at me. I can feel their energy. Like I say, I'm an empath, so I can feel, and I can feel what you're thinking about me. I can feel the way you are towards me. So, I understand you make a decision for yourself because you found the truth and you humbled yourself and you open your mind, and the people treat you a little bit differently or kind of are distant with you just because of the decision you made. That makes me feel like this is not really love. This is not really God, because God would not treat people like that. Facts. And I'm going to just talk, and I don't care who hears it. This is my channel, so I say what I want. I've always been against the grain, so it's only natural that I'm against the grain on this one. Now, I'm not going to break down the Bible. I'm not going to break down what what it is or why what I found out. That's for you to find out, because if anybody asks me, Reggie, why'd you leave religion? I'm not going to tell you because you're not ready to hear what I got to say. You're not humble enough. You haven't opened your mind enough. So when I tell you what's really going on, or when I tell you what it's really about, you will literally defend it with your very life. Norepinephrine, that's what it's called. You're going to defend it because the people who have brought you there, you love, like people I brought me there. But this is my choice. I don't project what my decisions are on you. All I just say is, once you go for your quest in knowledge, you will find things that will shake your very foundation of what you believe in, what you see around you, how you watch things, how you watch people, how you watch situations. And I can tell you, complaining about it is not going to do nothing for you. It's not going to do a goddamn thing for you. What you can do is take rapid action to change your inner situation and what you can actually control. You can control yourself. You can control your family. You can control your children. Or your children, which is what I'm saying, my family. Because I can't control what my family do. Half it don't even listen to what I got going on. They don't even acknowledge what I do. Even though I'm trying to change the world and I have people watching me, my family doesn't really even acknowledge what I do. That's how I know people are upset at me and everything like that. They don't acknowledge it. But that's cool, because I expect it, Because when you do this and you step outside the box, you're going to be alone. And a lot of people aren't willing to be alone with decisions. They like to fit into a group, but I don't care. Because my purpose here on earth that I found out is to change lives regardless of what I sacrifice. As long as I have my foundation, as long as I have my spirituality, because I'm a spiritual person, I'm a spiritual being, as we all are. So that's what I am now, okay? So I am intact with my spiritual side, which was what I was lost with all my life, by being sober, by opening my mind and learning things about my history and who I really am and where I really come from, and even being in the spiritual realm at times with astral projection and being able to control my dreams. This was never attainable until I opened my mind to understand there's new things that are going on outside of the box of what I was taught all my life. Now, I may have lost you, and that's cool too. But I need you to stop complaining about situations and what's happening, because you're not going to be able to change it. It's the odds are stacked against you too heavily to be out there, running your mouth about what's going on instead of having to change within. Most people will rather focus on what's out there because it takes your eyes off of what's in here. Right? You'd rather sit here and watch a show and be engulfed in it and actually get mad over it as if it's your life, because it takes you off of your actual life, of what's really going on with you. And people who call themselves religious, or I follow this, I follow that, well, judging by how you take care of yourself shows me how serious you really take it. Because, your body is your temple, correct? So if you're not taking care of your temple, how are you actually following the thing that you say that you believe in? Actions speak louder than words, right? So as I am not better than you, I am not in a sense better than you, but I do have the ability to project myself because I have opened up my mind, which I do every single day. And I teach who I can teach. Now I have 2 sons and a daughter, right? You may not know I have a daughter because I don't put her on here. I believe little girls shouldn't be all over social media, and this is me. I'm not going to put my little girl all over social media. I'm just not going to really do it because I feel like she needs to be protected. But my sons, young kings, they're already targeted anyway, so it is what it is. My daughter's half Spanish, You know what I mean? So, she looks like a Spanish little black girl. You know what I mean? So I know she's going to get things, but I don't control what she pretty much is projected. I don't control how she's raised because she lives with her mother and she comes to visit me. But I can control how my two kings are raised because they live with me full time. And I'm so happy that I was able to win custody to have them, because raising young men is very, very hard in this society. Raising young black men is very, very hard in this society. And as you become conscious fathers, mothers, okay? But fathers I'm really talking to, because your job is to teach these men, not to just raise them and not to just give them things or to provide. Your job is to actually teach them. Now, a lot of men rather just go to work and let the mother raise the boy. This is why these kids out here is acting soft. Now, a lot of mothers out there, it's really hard for you to raise a man to be a man because you are not a man. So it is what it is. But men, if you have the ability to be in your child's life and teach this young man, teach him, because as more black men are being in prison, which is what they want, as more black men are actually on drugs is what they want, as more black men are actually into women more than their own children is what they want, more men will grow up soft as hell, acting like females, because that's who they raised by, because you reject being a father to them. Now, they're just because you had a baby does not mean you're a father. You may be just dad. But to raise a man is very, very difficult because you understand the world they're going to grow up in, so you can't be soft on them. If society is not going to be soft on them, neither can you. So you got to put your foot in their damn throats and block them from everything that's going on. From their mind to what they put into their brains with the hip-hop and the TV. You got to really watch them, and this shit's not easy. Especially as you start opening your mind and finding knowledge of what's really going on. You're like, God damn. Why do I have kids in this society? Right? So, people, I know I went on a little bit, but this is how I feel today. And I feel like I'm not going to hide it from you. Maybe this is how you feel. Maybe you were struggling with this. As what my channel is to, the end result of what I want you to do is with my health. After I clean your body out, and after I clean your mind out, you will see more clearer. And that's the purpose of my nutrition and why I talk about it so much, because I know what it takes to clean your body out. And as I learn and open my mind to newer things, I find more things out. Now, the purpose of it is to clear all blocks from your body, because as you're blocked, you can't think straight. You can't see straight. So obviously, you're not going to be straight. Your body is clogged, so will your mind, because your body is a conduit to your mind. So the reason why I have this channel is to clear you of blocks, because once you are cleared, you see everything. Your eyes are no longer wide shut, and then you start to question things that you normally wouldn't question. You know what I mean? So you must start to look at yourself before you look at anybody. Mind your own business. When my 6th grade teacher told me best advice, some of the best advice I got. M.Y.O.B. She had it over her door. It means mind your own business. Alright? And I'm going to add something to it. M.Y.O.B. Govern self. Alright? M.Y.O.B.G.S. You must govern yourself. Mind your business and govern yourself. Once you govern yourself, that shit out there won't bother you as much as you focus on within. Focus on what you can control, and you will change. You will change your family. You will change your generation. Because you ain't going to be able to change the wars and shit that's going on out there, but running your mouth and being on social media, complaining about it, having conversations that lead to nowhere. Alright? We don't have the power right now out there, but we have the power in here. Alright? Once you change this, that out there won't even be that much of a bother to you. I'm telling you right now. So, you'll know what's going on. You'll be conscious of it, but you'll understand that as long as you change what you can control, that's all you got to worry about. And then you will start to move mountains for yourself and your family, and you will truly build generational wealth. It's what they want to stop you from doing. So, besides that, this is Coach Reg, a.k.a. Mr. Intensity, and my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully, that person is you.